Well, hello, Kingsman. I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm back for another weekend of NTW3. Of course, another stream today as well. Now, if you're new to the channel and you're just seeing the video and you do not know about my streams, every Saturday, without fail, and I'll always make a special announcement if I don't stream. I stream NTW3. I usually try to do at least 2 battles. They're pretty fun. Unless I lose. No, I'm just kidding. No, they're usually really good games. I have a lot of good players that join. So, you know, just check out the channel. Usually it's around 12 or 1 p.m. Mountain Time, so you can type that into a converter or just convert it in your head. I have to use a computer because I screw up my numbers all the time. But yeah. Anyway, we have a 4v4. This one was sent in, I believe, by Dido. They said it was a really good replay. So, you know, if it's not my fault. It's theirs. I don't have time to watch these beforehand. Nah, I'm just kidding. Although I don't have time. But anyway, looks like a lot of just UK Portugal. I don't know if these are cores. I don't think they are. I think they're all just 9-point UK. I'm assuming they're going up against a bunch of 9-pointers of France. Maybe some various points for France. Of course, this map we have seen before. It's Fuentes not gonna try to pronounce that. But yeah. A lot of Portuguese cav on this battlefield. There's a lot of UK infantry backing up some of these Portuguese infantry as well. If there's one thing I will say, the cavalry of the Portuguese, and there's some UK cav as well. Portuguese cav, not the greatest. I'm just going to say it now. I say it every time I think. You're probably getting tired of hearing me say or talk smack about the Portuguese cav, but it really isn't that good. It's rare to see it actually hold up. Now, of course, they have some sprinkling of UK cavalry here and there, but not a lot of it. More of their infantry, which are pretty good. Now, over here, we do have some of the Ragged Brigade. Looks like this one is a lot more UK heavy. But here are the French making their appearance. In fact, looks like there's going to be a fight over here. Yep, and we do have a charge of some Chasseurs Cheval against the Light Dragoons. Oh no, this is not the cav you want to see get attacked. Although it looks like they pulled them into a trap. Beautifully done. But now France is going to throw forward a lot more cavalry here. We got some Dragoons. Yeah, all Dragoons. They're going to rush across this road, but I don't think they're going to make it in time. They're not going to catch in. They lost their Chasseurs Cheval. I would have not gone in with the Chasseurs Cheval. You don't want to send that light cav in head first against anything, especially UK cav. Looks like they did capture an LOC, another LOC, so they have one there and then one right here. Got this church they're going to set up. There's a beautiful hill here, which, I mean, usually is where the fight ranges, is this hill, and then the French have a hill. Of course, there's always some fighting that usually happens over here, but looks like France may be moving down this road. Angling towards the town, which is the center point usually of these fights. Now, let's see here. So we did see a lot of French infantry at first, and they're marching through here. And you can hear them marching through the forest. We do have the general. Ooh, look at him. Looking very fancy. Imagine wearing something of that time like that. You know, that'd probably be so expensive nowadays. Boots and everything, probably really expensive. We do have some of the Green Rascals. They're gonna create trouble. What is this? Oh, never mind. I thought it was something different looking. My eyes just aren't what they usually are. So this army on this side has a ton of Portuguese. That's what it looks like. They have some of the basically sappers, a lot of Portuguese, and then they're bringing 3 light infantry. It looks like they focused more on the cavalry, if I were to guess. They have quite a lot of UK cav. I believe 1 9-pounder. Love the 9-pounders. The other UK armies, some of them went more infantry heavy. Looks like they took the town as well. So definitely establishing their you know, presence here. This is a very UK heavy army, it looks like. Not as much Portuguese and not as much cav. We do have light infantry. So, you know, everybody went a different route. We do have the Coldstream Guards. Ooh, look at these boys. Actually, I'm pretty sure that was a very uncomfortable uniform for the time period. So we do have
Hi.
some form. Oh, hi.
Hi.
All right, so I had to take a pause for a second. Family needed me, but we are back. Trying to get my train of thought here. All right, so yeah, we have the army forming up here by the hill. Looks like they're putting the artillery in a. Every time I see this map, artillery always sits right here at this crossroads. They have cav out in front, which is gonna probably help make this, you know, they're able to defend their artillery pretty well. But usually this artillery gets hit and driven back. I mean, there's a road that you can just run along. So we'll see if they manage to hold their artillery there. Okay, so now we have a French army making its appearance here. Wow. Ooh, they have some Italians, looks like. Some Italian guard, possibly. Some Bavarians. They have, yep, more Italians. Wow. Even some guard units, it looks like, possibly. So a very imposing army rolling across. We have a lot of French cav in the center now. Looks like... Okay, I don't know what this is. Anyone that wants to share what kind of cav this is, I do not recognize it. But yeah, it's setting up quite a bit of cavalry here. And then they, of course, you have the same army, it looks like, on this side as well. We have the French making their advance. Or not their advance anymore, they are falling back now. So if they knew how weak, actually, I think the UK are on this side, they don't have a lot. They have cavalry, but not a lot of infantry. Looks like the French actually are going to be able to take this town. They have started marching through it with some of their light infantry. And it looks like the coalition is going to just set up in the orchard area. They have artillery firing, unfortunately not getting a good angle. Artillery honestly do better over on this side. I would have rolled it over to this side and tried using that as a flank. Even if they advance up the hill, if you have it sitting right here, you can just fire into the town. Or setting up artillery right here and firing this direction. So the coalition are having, what, 2 units here? 2 units just to kind of hold this bridge. Probably not going to do a whole lot besides maybe slow down or make the French think that they are right there. Looks like the French are going to be just advancing straight for that flank. Very good strategy here. They just march clear toward, and they basically say that church is our, you know, goal here. That's what they're going to march for. They're going to march directly. Oh, wait, not the church. Yeah, no, this one. Yeah, I was right the first time. So we'll see what the zoomed out view here. We'll see. There's still a coalition army that looks like they're rolling to the side. They are going to probably fix this gap here because this is an imposing gap. The French could easily punch through here, and the infantry are pretty far away, and this is one army right here. No, it's 2 armies, sorry. Other army looks like they're forming up on the flank here. But both sides just mobile, still marching up. The other army's probably pushing up here. Looks like we may have an army right over here marching across the river. Lots of Bavarians. And they're gonna probably form up. Now, if this would be madness for the Imperials to attack this area. There's several reasons for it. I mean, your formations get broken up in the stone, you know, walls, and also infantry can hide behind these walls, and actually projectiles won't hit them. The wall will stop it, as it honestly should. I mean, it shouldn't be. It should block bullets, which looks like they have all their American rifles. Now these guys know how to dress. Man, got the stripe on the pants. They got the. I like it. I like it a lot. So they're forming up. They don't have any infantry in the back. They have a lot more. They have cavalry to support them, but that's about it. But not a lot else happening here. Except for that the coalition is going to be pushing up to defend this corner because the French are going in a lateral angle towards them, most likely. That's what's setting the artillery. I hear some guns firing. Oh, do they have Scots? Yeah, they got the Black Watch. the 42nd Royal Highlanders. Ooh, getting some hits from artillery already sitting right here. So they're going to be advancing directly into the teeth of the French defense here. Oh, here we go. So the skirmishers up here are going to try to put maybe... They're going to probably get in a duel with the French skirmishers who are pushing up here. It looks like going in force. So this is a good plan of attack here. The French are definitely going for the weak spot. Whether that's just a guess or that's just happenstance, it's not going to be good for the coalition. They're going to have to shift reinforcements to the side because this is taking a little bit. Did they kill anyone? Oh, they took out one or two. Yeah, they took out like two. Well, looks like the French are going to be aggressive here, but I don't think... Yeah, see, the coalition is totally okay with taking this fight. They got some cavalry, some Portuguese cav clashing here. I don't know how they got attacked in the rear, but this cav fight has all of a sudden out of nowhere become an avalanche here. Now, wow, the Portuguese did very well in this fight here. And now they're sending in some of the Queen Light Dragoons, Scarlet Lancers, and now they're going to run away, so that actually could really hurt them. They're going to get attacked in the flank, but it looks like the coalition are going fully into this fight. Maybe they're trying to drag the French in here and attack them in the flank with some of the Ragged Brigade. This artillery is actually doing some really good hurt now.
The men are fatigued, sir.
Here we go. We got some French cav using that road to get up, so hopefully they don't volley their own infantry or their own cav. I think they have a squareable there, which is what they're going to do here. This cav fight still raging. The French are still pushing here. And actually look like they're making a little bit of headway, maybe punching, although no, they're not. They're basically going through and getting flanked on both sides by the coalition's cavalry. Now, there is some cav in the back lines, unfortunately. That's going to be a problem. And looks like France is actually really not doing too hot when it comes to the cav engagements here. Look at this huge avalanche. They pushed in way too much. Although it looks like France may actually get a flank here. They're going to be met by some more cavalry of Portugal. Man, the cav fights are epic. Yeah, see, the French are just getting totally pummeled in the flank now on both sides, although they may be able to capitalize on this flank here. And it looks like they're starting to win here. Now, they have taken quite a few losses. But they did start to break over here, and the coalition is going to push up more of their cavalry. France still getting very aggressive here, and honestly, there's nothing here. I think the coalition needs to readjust some of their infantry to this side. They need to hold at least some of this. They're giving the French a free wall. Never give the French a free wall. So, in the end, it looks like the French and coalition... Portuguese, French are gonna both fall back here. Both have taken some losses. France actually looks like they're having a lot of their cav come back, so they may actually end up being out on top. But this fight is gonna start raging over here. At the same time, France is forming up. The Portuguese gonna try to stop them, but this is quite the formation here.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
Quite the formation. That's not really a good view, is it? Whew. So there's the weight of an entire army, and I think they could definitely take on the coalition. And this army's about to feel the wrath of probably two French armies here, and they are not looking too hot right now. As the French are advancing now, they are getting some reinforcements here, so French are gonna have to take a pause. The other French army is angling here, so they are gonna be going at an attack. They're going to focus everything, looks like, in the center. This is probably 3 French armies against 2 now, with 1 here. These guys need to roll over fast to hit the flank of the French if they want to save their center. Unfortunately, this artillery looks like it's going to get outshot here. Can they load enough? Fast enough? The French should be way more aggressive here. I'm surprised they're not being... Oh, I heard cav. We have some cavalry charging in. They're going to try to go for those skirmishers instead. They are going to break this artillery, quite honestly. Are they going to get a shot off? Nope. they got just slaughtered. Absolutely wrecked here. So things aren't looking too good for the coalition at this moment. France, why are they doing this? They should be angling here. Now, of course, I know they're trying to face off against this army because I know it's there. So I understand their thought process. At the same time, they could divert a couple troops here, put some pressure on this flank, maybe turn it before, you know, the flank comes to hit them. And over here, the French seem to be a little bit slow on the advance. But they are advancing now. They have quite the large army here. Now, there's more French advancing. Look at this. Even more pushing up here. So, you know, we definitely have the French pushing only in the center here. This is the push that is gonna, yeah, look at that. Look at the decisive push they're making. Now, France is starting to lose here. Mainly just because they can't outshoot the UK. You can't, especially, these are what, Belgians, right? They don't have the greatest stats. You can bring probably a lot of them, but they're gonna break here, and they probably will break right here too. And the UK have some of their best infantry, the tow roads. And these guys have a wall. The French should be pushing up against the wall so that they, you know, can take shelter. But they just lost 2, possibly 3 here. So France needs to maybe fall back on this side just enough to basically keep these guys busy. Let the main attack push up here. But right now, the coalition actually, for the most part, is doing the right thing. They're being able to stand and shoot, and the French are trying to outshoot them. The French should be maybe trying to bayonet charge them. That's usually how he'll win here. This coalition army does not do well in melee. Guaranteed. Now, we do have this flanking coalition army pushing up. I would just maybe push up right here and attack just one side with everything you got. You don't need to attack the entire line. Make them hold this entire line and waste troops here. We do have an artillery piece setting up here. Oh no, maybe not. Maybe it's falling back. The coalition are holding pretty well, actually. They don't have a lot, guys. Keep in mind, this is a pretty small amount of men, but they seem to be holding off pretty well here. Not right here, of course. I mean, they honestly should fall back to the wall, maybe.
Running, sir.
Oh, who's running? Who's running? Are these guys the one that's... Oh, cav fight. Okay, so that one routing cav unit just got broken up. That's all that happened. All right, we got a lot of French pushing up here, which is why, yeah, they're going to be falling back here. They're about to get pincered. This is when the French should be very aggressive. I would start marching directly up almost to them. Although, this angle, actually, they get a lot of troops right here in this angle, and they could outshoot here, but you usually want to not outshoot, but you want to melee as France. We've seen some battles where the French just went into melee. Once they close in, it's over. All right, so it looks like the French... I mean, they could get into melee with these green rascals and do very well here. They're gonna get their cav involved if they force them into a square, which looks like they may be doing. Yeah, now bayonet charge them, or they could just sit there and shoot them. But there we go. They force them into a square. They're gonna bayonet charge it, and this could be the part where I would push these guys up as well and bayonet charge these guys as well. Throw that cav in though. Throw that cav in now. Because these guys are pouring in such a crazy amount of fire on this flank. There we go. There we go. The French are doing it exactly what they should. Just get a general to inspire the troops. Start meleeing the UK, and you can start turning this flank. And that's exactly what they're doing here. Ooh, they've broken 2 already, so this coalition army may need to fall back or, yeah, throw their cav in to support that fight, because right there is where France is utilizing, you know, their advantages. Here they have a lot massed up here. I would start advancing those thick columns. They have quite a lot of troops here. They even have the guard. They have the melee capable infantry massed up behind here. So looks like they have artillery set up as well. So this is a very good position. So I'd be worried about this side and of course this side. The center looks like it is actually holding. So that's doing good. That's doing very good. We do have that cavalry now pouring in, trying to reinforce this side. They're going up against the French cavalry. This infantry did manage to fall back. The reserves are pushing up here, as well as the artillery setting up. Along this side, looks like the French are going to have a rough time against the Portuguese large mass infantry units. I hear a cav charge here. We have the French charging for the guns. Possibly for some light infantry as well, but they sacrificed some cavalry to break the guns. And maybe not the worst trade in the world. They did also have some infantry that charged. Not sure. But over across the board, everywhere else, guys, it looks like it's just a shootout. I mean, they are definitely using the artillery well. I mean, the UK has two weaknesses. That is melee and artillery. Artillery can start taking them out. These are 70 men units, 80 men units, so they cannot hold very long when they start taking losses. This French army was doing well in the very beginning, but it seems like they're actually starting to have some losses here. Their cavalry is just getting pressured. The UK cav, this army, this coalition army brought, seems to be really actually paying off. They don't have a lot of infantry, but their cav is really doing well. And they're going up against some chasseurs cheval and some dragoons, but they have infantry support, which is going to actually really help, you know, break. Oh, that's 1v1 now. The French are actually starting to break here. I mean, there's a lot consolidated in this one area. I would have fallen back a while ago. As the French, I mean, I know they need to engage this army and keep them in the fight, but at the same time, you're going to take so many losses. You're outnumbered, as it were. Oh, we got a beautiful flank here. We got the light infantry, and the French can't do a whole lot against this. And look at this beautiful flank. They marched across, and they have infantry in the back lines of the French. So the French are actually peeling off their reserves now to deal with this fight, or deal with this flanking force here. That's a very good strategy. I love seeing that. That's a very good. That's gonna be a thorn in the French side. French have massive stacks of reserves. Like I said, Bavaria, cheap units, but they can bring quite a lot of it, so they can stay in this fight. Looks like they are advancing quite close here, and they are going into melee with some grenadiers. Looks like they sent in some Swiss grenadiers, got met by the Coldstream Guards. That's a rough one. They're sending in some Bavarian line infantry as well. Looks like they have some skirmishers infantry. Over on this side, it looks like the French have managed to drive back more of the... Whoa, I missed this. The French did a bayonet charge here and drove back a lot of the coalition here. Looks like they sent in their grenadiers. And they're going to keep trying to put pressure. They can break this flank. That's rough. So this battle is definitely tipping back and forth in matters of balancing here. Excuse me. This Coldstream Guard holding beautifully, but the French look like they are going in for possibly melee. And it looks like they went in for a bayonet charge here on the coalition. Just broke them, unfortunately. I would have kept them together and tried just marching backwards, distracting these reserves. But you can see the skirmishers executing this right flank here. So this coalition, this side, this Portuguese UK army has to hold back this French army. They have to at least inflict so many losses that they can't really inflict a lot of damage by marching to this side. And so far, they have managed to consolidate themselves decently well. So they have not broken and routed. I mean, for the most part, they have, but they still have infantry. You can see the French are still advancing on them. They're still putting that pressure, using up units that could be used over here. So they're still doing their job. They may be losing that fight, but they're winning. Ooh, look at this massive breakage here. As the cavalry, Portuguese cav, going against the dragoons and breaking them. They're going to go for a general here, it looks like. Get that general out of there. You don't want to lose it. It's a very crucial moment here, but they're going to lose their general. That is so unfortunate. The French trying to close in on melee, but this Coldstream Guard is just holding. Oh, foot guards holding very well here. This LOC being a pain for the French. Looks like the French are gonna also push up a little closer here. I would melee these guys. I would melee the heck out of the UK right here.
Our men are running.
Yep, that's exactly what you need. Charge it. Oh, and they threw in the Italian infantry. Very good. Those guys have some great stats, but ooh, they're actually not doing too well. Maybe that's the light infantry. I don't know. But now they're closing in for melee. This is not something the UK wants. They don't want to get that close. But they did just smack the French center and break it. So, like I said, guys, this line here for the French is not doing well. The coalition holding beautifully. The flank's not so hot, but I mean, if they can hold the center, if their flanks break, as long as they can then address that flank that the French have. And this battle, I mean, still has 33 minutes left, and the majority of the army's looking pretty decent. The French starting to put some pressure, and it's starting to tell on this coalition. As now they're going to start charging in here. Oh, he snapped his neck. Whew. Oh, wow, look at this. All right, so the coalition has broken on the flank. The French still have some sort of center here. A lot of the troops actually have come back, so they're going to rest up here. The coalition now has a tough, you know, fight ahead of them because part of their army just broke here on the flank. It's still anyone's game, guys. It's still anyone's, you know, victory here. The French are taking some pretty heavy losses, but so have the coalition. In fact, you can see they are going to start falling back. They honestly could hold this bottleneck, but they would not win an LOC victory. I mean, they're holding pretty strong on this flank here. The French definitely seem to be just holding now, maybe healing up their troops, resting up their troops. The French have made a pretty decisive victory against the coalition, but the coalition actually had most of their troops come back, or you know, has some of their troops just resting now because some of the troops are exhausted. So they still are on that flank. The French can't just leave this flank unguarded. What are they gonna do now? So the French have to attack here. I would tell the center to rest. These guys need to rest. I would have them as a reserve. Have this whole French line stretch along here. Have these guys hold behind them and try to swing in on this flank. They did take this LOC there. We have some French cav fighting some Portuguese cav in the back lines. Dragoons. Ooh, they broke them. Although I gotta say, the Portuguese cav has proved me wrong. They actually have done pretty well in this fight. I probably just don't know how to use them. More Portuguese cav gonna ensure these Dragoons don't become a pain in their side. So the coalition, they gotta hold this line. I would tell these guys, you know, hold right here, be a flank, have everybody else hold by this fence. But I mean, the French are just gonna start meleeing them. Most likely. They have some good, you know, ooh, look at that, beautiful. It just looks epic. It's like a painting. Alright, we have cavalry charging in here. French seem to be doing decent, although, I mean, oh wow, they're getting outshot here. Look at them. These green rascals are dropping the French so fast. They have bayonet charge on the flank. These foot guards are going to have to hold against quite a lot of troops, but they're getting shot in the flank, or getting attacked in the flank, as well as shot in the front here. Ooh, look at this. We got a flank here. The French are going to have to reform, and they could attack with two armies here, maybe destroy this flank and then swing around. These guys should be readjusting. Oh, look at the mass break. These guys are just about a mass rout. Their morale is so shaky. I would tell them to fall back. one unit breaking would be all that it takes for this French army just to chain route. Here we go. This could cause it to happen. I would tell these guys to rest. But the coalition is playing their cards at a decent pace here, but here we go. Oh, man. Oh, man. Here it goes. This army's just gonna break in the center. Yeah, they need to fall back and not fight for a little while. Looks like the coalition may be going on the offensive. If they can swing into this town, or even just take out these units and then swing in the flank. Now watch out, because the French do have artillery. That is going to be, you know, putting a lot of hurt on you if you get close to it. So maybe staying back, letting the flanks work themselves out. The French can't really seem to make a decisive attack here. They have taken quite a lot of losses. And these foot guards, guys, have held beautifully. I mean, they're probably a lot of gold. A lot of gold, but it seems to be working well for them. Look how fast they're firing. So this other army seems to be just trying to make themselves a pain in the side of the French as they push up here, because this is still a very concerning amount of troops pushing up on the flank here, surrounding this church.
Our men are
Oh, we
running.
have a bayonet charge here. More of the French. More of the Italians all charging in here, trying to break the courtyard here of this church. Oh, here France is actually not doing too hot. They have artillery, which they should fall back to. Use the river as as like a flank and form up with the artillery. Oh no, it's starting to go against the coalition. Did they break? No, they're falling back. They're throwing in their reserves. Oh, they're gonna lose their foot guards. Maybe. I mean, the French have a flank on them. Look at this. All right, we got the Italian guard pushing up here. The French are actually being pushed back here. Not doing too hot, even against this, you know, elite guard of France. Well, that's rough. That is very rough. Looks like the French are going to try to go for the artillery. They're going to break so fast. I mean, they're getting shot to pieces here. These guys just have to just shoot them. They're going to run up here and they're going to form a square. Can they make it? Oh, they weren't able to get there in time, so the artillery may be gone. But that's okay.
Our men are running.
Oh wow, there's some French cav in the back lines too. Oh, what is this? This is some heavies. Oh wow, they look so cool. Look at that. Gold-plated armor. That is cool. Alright, I'm getting distracted. So France seems to have a very good push here, but I mean, they're just attacking one flank and the French are holding on one flank. These guys should be pushing up and pressuring right here, maybe. I know they need to hold the LOC, and I know they have a French or UK army advancing, but if they push right here, hit the flank, the coalition honestly doesn't have a lot here, but I don't think... I'm concerned that they don't have enough now to make a decisive push, and the French may be having to go on the defensive. Over here, nothing seems to be happening now. But man, this fight has been raging now for 40 minutes. 30-ish to 40, I think. And the French are now falling back. Honestly, yeah, they need to rest up their troops. They have taken some losses they probably don't want. Okay, look at this officer. Wow. That is a cool uniform. I love it. You got the white, the blue, the gold. Very nice. Oh, both of them have it. Actually, all three of them have it. I was curious what the drummer looked like, but they don't have a drummer. And they seem to be holding beautifully. A lot of elite infantry still in the back lines. Holding very well, actually. This has got to be one of the coolest shots I've ever seen. Wow. French are starting to break. The coalition have managed to keep distance between themselves for the most part and the French are going to start having problems unless, of course, the coalition runs out of ammunition. In which case, you know, oof, that'd be rough. I wonder historically how many rounds each man would carry. You know, was it like 60 rounds? I feel like 30 even is a lot. I mean, I don't know how big they were, but 30 rounds seems like it'd be a lot for one guy to carry in like a bag. At this point, it's just the shooting, waiting game, I feel like. The French are not really able to defend this position here. They have some skirmishers, but the French, you know, have a problem here because the coalition UK are pushing up here and going for the town now. They've held this church. In fact, this would probably be called like the fight. Like if it was in America, it'd be the fight for the whatever church this is. It'd be the battle of, you know. Say this is like St. Vincent's or whatever church it would be. It'd be Battle of St. Vincent's. It would be what it'd be called. You know, whatever it is. But you know, in the European theater, they didn't name things based on just the object that was fought for. This is the point at which any comments I make, for the most part, are going to be very that guy died. No, I'm just kidding. But it is going to be starting to become a concern here if this artillery can actually get some good shots. But this, I think these hills actually are, or these walls are actually protecting. Oh, they're canistering them. That's a problem. That canister actually is reaching. Not something you want. At all. But yeah, look at this. The coalition have pushed up here. They're going to start taking this town. There is some units in this town, so that's going to be a problem. Especially if they're really good melee capable. But with the coalition pushing up to flank, the French are going to have to do something. And these guys can't form square. Ooh, that is not good.
Our men are running.
And they just instantly broke one, and the French break the other. So they're attacking it. They broke. But they broke one of the, you know, coalition's infantry. So that was a pretty good charge, I would say, for how many troops were actually in there. And the French actually are pushing up into this town. And they're going to get a bayonet charge off on the French, or on the UK. That's not going to help anyone's case here. And it looks like they're going to throw more infantry into the city, determined to stop, you know, the UK advance.
We've taken the buildings up.
Did they take it? They did take it. Here we got the French getting attacked here. They have some cavalry still, but they are now engaging two armies of the UK. And they have lost the town. So the French may still have a decent army, but they have lost, you know, their They're LOCs. Yeah, they have a lot of reserves here. Just gotta figure out where they're gonna use them. Where indeed? And the next stage of this battle is gonna probably take place here. Maybe it's the third stage, fourth. Who knows? This poor French army is just gonna get outnumbered here. Possibly trying to go for a bayonet charge here. Oh yeah, they are. With the cavalry helping, they are taking on the foot guards. They need to throw that cav in here. Oh, they're going for the... Oh, they're going in here, forcing them into square formation, and now bayonet charging them. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, the UK could start getting burned here. I mean, they did break that Dragoon unit, but, I mean, their flank is going to start tumbling over. Chain routing, and they could start breaking up this army. That's not going to be good for the coalition at all. We got... they're still trying for this LOC. This thing... They got a mixture of, like, 2 units in here. Such small units, but... They got those rifles. Oh, yeah. Getting a shot off. At least try their best. They're gonna die before they make it. Look at this. They're just getting executed at close range. There's too much. There's too much. The French aren't gonna make it. All right, let's check back over here. The French have made quite the push here. They're gonna keep trying to pursue this flank here. These guys are probably exhausted, but they're gonna rush in here against this Portuguese. Maybe they can make an indent. Wow, these guys are holding. These sappers, outnumbered though they are. If they can basically break the French before the rest of the French get there, they can win. They can be able to volley the rest of the French as they push up here. This is very... They look very weak. So the French seem to be playing a waiting game here. They have 16 minutes remaining, using their artillery, trying to break up the UK. The UK have some very small units. Once maybe the French are resting up their troops, and they're going to try for one last desperate, maybe at 10 minutes, who knows. They're going to push up and try to take this church once and for all, because it's been a bloody struggle for them. The French are still pushing up here. This could be it for the coalition, as they are getting charged on 2 sides here. Oh, he's going to try to push them up. They're wavering. If these guys break, these guys are going to break too. The French are going in for that melee. They have to at this point. It's over. Looks like the coalition are going to push up more reinforcements here, try to help this flank. If they can break it, I don't know what the French are doing here, but they're going to start losing troops one after the other in an avalanche here. They're not going to make it. They're very tired. They're getting charged. And here we go. There's the end of it. Now, these guys could form up and get some volleys in and probably break all, what, 6 of these French units. Making sure they're not doing anything here, because this is where the fight is. They are closing the gap. And the French are going to go in for one desperate charge. It's not going to work. These guys are going to break here, probably get volleyed to pieces. And yep, here we go. So this is maybe the end of this French side. They are probably exhausted. They've been bayonet charging for quite some time, and they're probably not going to be able to withstand all this UK infantry that's just going to shoot them in the face. They're probably tired. There's no way. I don't think the French can make it. And I don't think the French are going to be able to make it push here, unless they do it very soon. They got 4 minutes till it's 10 minutes till. Which is if you really want to, you really need to make a push at some point. You need to make a decisive choice as to that time and know how much time you actually have. I mean, they're trying to artillery barrage the coalition out of there, but the coalition is staying put. And yep, they're gonna just outgun the remaining French here, and this brave general has held as long as he possibly can. But he just broke, so there you go, the French army's gone. Brilliant plays they had, but I mean, they were alone, and they have two UK armies holding against them. So yeah, they had a rough time of it. They did well though. Maybe the French artillery are trying to go for the 6-pounder here, trying to get rid of them. I mean, there's only 6 brave guys left in this. Oh, wow, that's a beautiful shot. That was a very nice shot. So there's literally one fight left. I'm gonna fast forward here. If all they're gonna do is sit there and shoot, then, you know, might as well just, you know, watch it develop. And that's exactly what it looks like they're gonna do. They're just gonna fire back and forth. The artillery did break for the coalition. They did lose. How many men left? They had 2 men left. Wow. So what they're going to do is they're now fall back. They don't have an artillery advantage. They're just going to sit here and hold. They have 11 minutes. I wouldn't be surprised at 10 minutes if they attack, but, you know, crazier things have happened. Oh, wow. I was 10 minutes. Oh, they advanced. Oh, that's funny. So now they're going to push up here. This is the last desperate attack here. I don't know what the Imperials are going to do. They're going to try to attack 2 different places at once. The Portuguese have to hold for just a little bit longer, guys. That's it. French are going to push up to this wall. That's what they should do. Push up the wall, start pouring in some volleys. This Portuguese unit is still huge, and they are going to get... Oh my gosh. One volley broke one of the French, but now they volleyed. Oh, look at these like 5 brave men. Oh, come on. They are scattered. The French are scattered. Holy cow. These French are just going directly up and getting shot in the face. That's rough. I think it's over. I think the French don't have enough, though. I mean, they got to run across the whole entire field. They're going to start breaking. They're just getting shot in a ring. They just broke over on this side. The general is even in here. It looks like he was trying to inspire the men for one last final charge here. I don't know what these guys are doing way back here, but they probably should push up here. This is it. All right, I'm gonna fast forward. Looks like not a whole lot's going on. Looks like they're gonna do one brave last stand here, but yeah, this was a pretty hard fought battle here. Oh, what are they doing? What is the French doing? Are they just trying to just let the battle be lost? I think so. I think maybe they're just trying to make the battle, I don't know, if they're conceding defeat, so they're going to march the troops into an execution. This is very unorthodox type of fighting. But they're giving the enemy, they're giving the coalition free kills here. Either way, that's all right. This should be the end of the battle, I believe. Let me fast forward a little bit here. And there it is. So, like I said, yeah, wow. The losses and the kills on both sides here. I mean, unfortunately, this was the Bavarians that lost pretty early on in the fight. They probably didn't get a lot of kills. They got a lot of losses. The other armies here, you see 19, 9, 1,000, 700, 11, 8. And yeah, actually the Portuguese, these massive units of Portuguese, oh, these were only 100. They did really well for the, UK coalition. But anyway, guys, that'll be the battle. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, yeah, you see we have 6, 9, 11, and 10 pointer versus just 9 pointers. But yeah, guys, that's about it for me today, except for the stream, obviously, later. I mean, if you're watching this on the day, you can go check out my streams. They're all playlisted, so, yeah. You guys stay safe, have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you all in another video.